Well, thank you, Chairwoman Hageman, as well as Ranking Member Ledger Fernandez. Thank you very much for letting me sit in on your committee as a guest, and also let me also thank you for all the vital work you do on behalf of Indian country. It's very much appreciated. As you said, I'm here today to introduce the Confederated Tribes of the Colville Reservation, as well as being here on behalf of my legislation, which is H.R. 4524, the Parity for Tribal Law Enforcement Act, which, as you've said, is included in today's hearing. So thank you very much for this consideration. H.R. 4524 aims to improve hiring and also increase retention for tribal law enforcement officers to better protect Native communities and help address the particular crisis of the missing and murdered indigenous women and girls. Across the country, and particularly in Washington's 4th congressional districts, many tribes have serious problems recruiting and retaining qualified law enforcement officers who serve on reservation lands. Oftentimes, this is a result of training limitations, the bureaucratic nature of credentialing tribal officers, and frankly, subpar pay. This often leaves tribal communities with an inadequate law enforcement presence. The consequence of this can be fatal as tribal communities work to combat the opioid crisis as well as the MMIW crisis that I described earlier, and also to protect families and local businesses. And I might say that many of the other local law enforcement agencies also recruit from tribal agencies because they are so well trained. So it's difficult to compete in that kind of a situation. H.R. 4524 will fix this issue by classifying tribal law enforcement officers as federal law enforcement officers for the purpose of federal benefits and pensions, among several other provisions. As has been noted, it has strong bipartisan support, and I'm proud to say strong organizational support as well. Back in July, I introduced this legislation with Representative Kilmer from my state of Washington, as well as Representative Davids from the state of Kansas. And today, this legislation boasts 14 bipartisan co-sponsors, as well as 9 tribes and Native American organizations who support it. One of these supporters is the Confederated Tribes of the Colville Reservation. Today, they're represented by their chairman, Jared Erickson, who is a resident of Nespelem, Washington. Welcome, Chairman Erickson. Appreciate you being here, and thank you for attending this hearing today. But most importantly, I want to thank you for always being willing to work with me and my office on important policy issues that are so crucial to Indian country around the United States. Your support of H.R. 4524 has been essential in moving it through the legislative process, and I certainly look forward to hearing your testimony on it today. But I also look forward to the testimony of all the witnesses that are here today, and thank them very much for making the journey to Washington, D.C. With that, Madam Chair, I yield back, and thank you again.